This child asked, why didn't Moses write the books of the law in his viewpoint? Why did Moses write, Moses said, instead of saying, I said, right? Well, good question. Because when you read, and some of that we read, Moses said, right? If Moses is the author, say, I said. Why do you think so? Why do you think so? Yife, why do you think so? All right, very good, all right? It's your own question, actually. Because now God is the one who gave the word. And if God wants Moses to say, Moses said, then Moses will write, Moses said, right? This really clears up, these are not the words of man, right? If God says Moses said, Moses will write, Moses said, that's it. Moses gave, and that's it. All right? So, well, that is one explanation. God is the author. If God doesn't want Moses to say, I said, God wants people to know the occurrence, and God is the one who gave, then Moses said. Very strongly, it's like God is the author, right? God telling the story. Moses said this. Although Moses was the one who wrote it, God telling the story. So that's one. Now, furthermore, well, of course, Deuteronomy chapter 34 would not be by Moses, because by then Moses was dead, right? Moses was dead indeed. So you don't have to argue that, right? You don't argue. Moses 34, Deuteronomy 34 is also Moses. You can't argue that because Moses was really dead at the time. Now, can we turn to John 19, verse 26, and then we close. John 19, verse 26. Let's read together. When Jesus therefore saw his mother and the disciples standing by, whom he loved, he said unto his mother, Woman, behold thy son. Now, we know that this gospel is God used John to write it. But you will notice that this is not the only place. If you want, you can copy chapter 20, verse 2, chapter 21, verse 7, chapter 21, verse 20. Now, in all these places, John would not say John. He would say the disciple whom he loved. The disciple whom he loved. Although he was the author, it is not unusual that they refer to themselves this way, all right? So you see scriptures having examples of this as well, okay? So I hope that that answers the question, but the bottom line is, when you believe in divine inspiration and perfect preservation, you won't go wrong. Let us turn to God in prayer. What do we have here? Top 5 reasons why church dropouts, what church dropouts say, why they stop attending church. Now please remember 66% of, well, I take the American view, they are the most readily available results. They stop attending church at least a year after turning 18. So from